So there's a white mother that's coming to TikTok to ask black people, or even people who have a black parent, a white parent, something, what to do with her son, because she just don't know. Let's go ahead and roll that.
My son is biracial. He is black and white. And he lives in a house full of white people. The person he calls dad is also white. That is his father. That is who has raised him since he was a baby. He is now 7. If you are biracial or African American and you have the time, please watch this and leave any feedback you might have, because I don't know what to do. So my son looked at me and said, serious as a heart attack, he said, "I wish I was white with straight hair." And it floored me. And I said, "What did you say to me?" And he said, "I wish I was white with straight hair, Mom. What do I do to do that?" And I started crying immediately. Because on what earth does my baby boy feel like he's different or should be white when he is fucking beautiful? I mean, my son is beautiful, okay? And he said, excuse me, we live in a county where it is predominantly white. We live in the South as well, so it's country. Not a lot of biracial children or black children in his school. Very few. So he said, everybody at school is white. Some have curly hair, but they're all white. They all look the same. They're all alike. Everybody in the house is white. They're alike. But I'm this boring brown color. And I think that's why nobody likes me. I said to him, you are perfect. God made you the way he made you because you are a beautiful brown boy who should love himself. You are beautiful. And he said to me, Mom, you don't get it. You're white. I'm brown. And that's when I realized that as a white mother of a biracial child, I can't be there for him on some things. I can be there as much as I can, but he knows I don't understand. And what the saddest thing about this is that I've never taught my son about racism. I haven't had to yet, and I haven't. And I should have probably before, but I haven't. And I haven't taught him about anything. So he learned racism on his own and is ashamed of what he looks like. And that is the sad fucking fact of all of this. So please help me if you can.
Since you asked for feedback, definitely at least, from this end, we will have to give it to you. First and foremost, y'all could make this same mistake constantly. If you have a child with a black man, you cannot return to your community like that with that child. Now, you say that you got with, your husband. He is a white person. You live in a rural community, all white. Go to school with mostly all white people, and you wonder why he's having trouble at school. Then, y'all try to do this colorblind thing that y'all try to get away with because racism is not a reality for you. So it's easy for you to be quote unquote colorblind, right? But people in your community, ma'am, are not colorblind at all. Y'all culture is racism, white supremacy. And you should have taught him what he may have to go through. There was a video about 4 years ago, an interview actually I conducted with Tanya. Now, Tanya, used to be on our show long ago, definitely on our radio show. She's a white person. She has a, black child, a daughter. And I'm going to pin that video to this particular comment section. And it says about why white women shouldn't have, children with black men. And she go through everything she went through in her community having her daughter. Not by black community and what they done, but what her community has done and how they responded to her and how hard it is on you. Now, you have some relevant advice for your child. This is what you need to do. Number one, where's the daddy at? I'm talking about the black man you had him from. Why is it that you haven't contacted him with the situation? First and foremost. Number two, you cannot take that child and go back to your lily white communities. You can't do that. It's not going to work. It's not. When you have children that are black, they need to be in black areas, or if you can't be in a predominantly black community and make black friends that can help you and give you advice what to do and educate you about racism, right? You can also watch a lot of videos online. If you don't know much about it, learn that way. There's many things you can learn, many books you can read. You can learn, but in the process of learning, you're going to get disgusted with your community once you start learning it. At even the least, you should move to a diverse area. What I mean by diverse, it's white people there. It's definitely a good amount of black people. You got Asians, Hispanics, etc. You got to do that for the sake of your son, because your son has self-hatred already, because you have inundated him in a culture that's not his own, in a community that's not his own, and the community has historically hated people like him. So you put him in a messed up situation all the way around, so much so that he hates himself. And that's your fault. So what you need to do to change it is move out of that community and get to a place where he can see more people that look like him. This is why I also say to brothers, don't have children, with, women of her community, and you're not marrying them and going to stay with them and raise your children, because all they know is they people. And all they're going to do is try to return to their community, and they're going to have a bunch of problems there with that child. And they have a hard time accepting how their community really get down, because they think they can go back and have their same life, and that's not the way it works. Her community frowns upon anybody bringing black people around like that, especially in their communities. I watched a video the other day with this white woman talking about how, the reason why racism is permeated in those rural areas, because they were saying that how they already got the thought process they have by they, superior XYZ, but they live in communities where there's nobody else. You got to think about that. Rural America is not a diverse area. The diversity is in the cities. That's where the diverse populations are at. Not in these rural areas. These places, they live in places like the hills have eyes and all that. They live in these places. We don't live in those places, but they do. So all they see is they people. And then they can sit there and whatever their thought processes are, the only thing they see of us, believe it or not, is on TV. They don't interact with us every day. And then you're going to bring that child into those environments. Yeah, it's going to be a problem. So ma'am, if you see this video, move to the city. Whatever state you're in, move to the city where they have a good substantial amount of black people, where he can see people that look like him and relate to him. That's the best thing you could do for him. There's nothing more than that. Now, if you don't want to move, then obviously you're not trying to help him. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. Maybe somebody that's even watching that's possibly got a, black child. Because this biracial crap, I even hate that biracial word. Because in that town, he's not biracial. He's black. Period. There's no such thing as biracial. Either you're white or you're black. That's just it. That's the way it's set up in this country. But if anybody in the comment section that dealing with that situation, let us know. We're definitely curious. I'm pretty sure people in the comment section could help you with that.